there was a question in particular that I wanted to go over, and I'm trying to find it here. Regardless of picks have, what are your predictions for next year, regardless of where we pick in the draft? Honestly, I think we'll still be outside of the, even if we got Wemby, I think we'll still be outside of the play-in next year. Let's see. Talk about Mamu. I really like him. We did a video on that. Where is it? I know I'm not crazy here. Update on Josh Primo. There is no update on Josh Primo. Oh wait, it was this one. What part of the Spurs offense needs to improve upon? So I want to talk to you guys about that, because it's so hard, because the team has looked so different. Like, the team has looked really different over the course of just the last few months, and playing wise too. But yeah, so what do we need to improve on? Let's see if we can look at our roster really quickly. So as we know, Bassey's out, but he'll be back probably next season, I would assume. Yeah, out for the season. Sorry, I didn't even know it was for the season till just now. But let's see. All right, so let's just look at every position, and I'll tell you how I feel about it. We'll go from bottom up, right? So starting with the center, I always said this, and I'm gonna be very consistent with this. When it comes to centers in today's NBA, I don't necessarily think that it's a must. Does it help? Sure, it definitely helps, but I think that we can find a certain archetype for center and be perfectly fine. But with that being said, we do need a little bit more rim presence. So if the Spurs can manage to get like a defensive big man, it's some shape or fashion, if they can manage to do that, I think that'd be pretty nice. There's one player in particular that's going to be in this draft, and I feel like if the Spurs were to have to land like 6 or 7, I might go with them. Let's see. Clan Amir also, or oh God, I can never say his name. The Thompson twins or Miller. No, I'm not gonna talk about that right now. I'll do that in a different video, off stream. But no, there's let me see. Let me look him up. I can't remember his name right now. Let's do NBA prospects 2023, because nobody in the chat's even helping me. What's his name? Because is he a center? Let's see. I think he's a center. Let's see. Where is he? There's Brandon Miller. There's Thompson. Oh, there he is. Yep, Walker. Walker here. He's a power forward, but he's a defensive power forward. He plays very good defense. So that was one guy that I was kind of looking at, and I was like, well, if you had to land like 6 or 7 and he's the best available, I'll probably roll with that. Let's see. Houston are impressive already, has the power and body to match up against current NBA stars. The little playmaking he does show in the ball, but you know, one thing that I have seen is that defensively he's there. So I think that will be pretty nice. So first and foremost, we do need rim protection. I wouldn't necessarily go all out, but hey, if he's the best available in the draft, I think that's fine. Or taking someone like that. I'm not huge on that, but at the same time, it's perfectly fine. You see, but he will be a power forward, but as today's NBA is kind of muddy, right? As far as our power forward position, I think we're pretty doggone strong, man. I mean, you look at Jeremy Sohan, who's obviously versatile, and they can even move him to point guard at times. But him at power forward, good. We're solid. Don Barlow, I think he's going to be much better in the coming seasons. You know, give him just a few seasons. He's going to be pretty doggone good. But yeah, and your boy Mamu, yeah, I absolutely love him. Okay, I think he's already earned a spot. So yeah, so that's how I feel about it. Let's see. CTT says Walker. I love Walker as a project, especially on the defensive end. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think as far as like rim protection or whatnot, like I think he'll be a good, solid piece at that. All right, so power forward, I think that we're pretty comfortable. Walker would be a power forward, but you can move people to center. The NBA is complicated, right? So as far as big men, I just say this: power forward, center, doesn't matter who. We need defensive presence in the paint. I mean, we just don't necessarily have it that well. As far as small forward, I'm not huge I'm not huge on Keldon. I'll just be honest with you guys. I think it's so hard for me to like say with definitive answer like, oh, I would trade Keldon, because I've seen that a lot too recently. Because the thing is, we loved Keldon Johnson last season. Has he changed that much of a player? No. The only thing that's changed is his role. I think that Spurs fans had too high expectations for Keldon Johnson. I said this over and over again, and like people got really angry with me about it. Keldon Johnson is not that great of like a player when it comes to like being a star or having to lead a team. He's not. He's a role player, and I've always said that. There's two things offensively that he does well, and sometimes one of those he doesn't do well. But that's catch and shoot and drive to the basket. That's it. That's it. And that's fine. But he's gonna look much better when it's a star that's getting most of the attention, and he can knock down some easy threes. You know what I mean? Keldon to 6. I think that's cool too if you move Keldon to 6. But yeah. Anyways, small forward position. I do think that we probably need to add someone. Is not probably. We need to add a small forward for sure. Shooting guards. I'm pretty comfortable, and I'm pretty comfortable with Devin Vassell alone. To be real with you. I think he's a really good shooter. He just is, and he's gotten better and better at creating his own shot that I wasn't expecting it to get to this point. But there's many occasions, even after the surgery and him coming back, he looks pretty impressive. So I think we're comfortable small forward. Power forward, we need one. Big man, we just need rim presence. And then point guard, I think that's the big one where everyone's like, what about point guard? We definitely need a point. Point guards aren't necessarily how they used to be, where it's just someone whose like traditional role is to facilitate for all his teammates, right? I don't think Trey Jones, I think he'll be fine as like a backup point guard or whatnot, but I don't think you'll need a Trey Jones type player necessarily. I see the Spurs, I think it kind of depends, right? If the Spurs were to draft Wembanyama, I would not be surprised at all if Wemby went to power forward or small forward or something like weird like that, and then you move Jeremy Sohan to point guard or something. Like, I would not be surprised by that at all if you get Wemby. But then if you get Scoot, all right, you already fit the point guard position. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. But yeah, Clan, any news on Kimber? I don't know. I haven't seen anything. But yeah. So overall, look, I said it once, I'll say it again. Point guard, yes, you do need one. Shooting guard, no, I think I'm pretty comfortable there. Small forward, you need one, and you need rim protection as far as a big. Those are my thoughts on it. Hey, segue. This wasn't even like a segue. Look, Clan the Merch fan, support the channel. Support the channel. All right.